Yo, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and today's video, guys, what I have for you, we have a Quagsire Naganandel or Keldeo Quagsire Nag. I don't know what this deck's called. I've heard it called like 8 different things. All right, heard it called Water Toolbox, all that. So anyway, I'm just probably gonna call it Quagsire Naganandel. That's probably what I'm just gonna go with. But anyway, we got one of these decks today. Now, this deck is obviously a deck you guys can take and change up how you would feel comfortable. Just kind of adjust a little more to your playstyle, your I guess preferences and such. But the first card we're going to take a look here at is going to be Quagsire. It has the ability to wash out as often as you like during your turn before you attack. You may move a water energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. Quagsire is going to be the pivotal key point in this deck. It's going to be the exact right puzzle piece that you guys need to keep this deck functioning. Quagsire is going to help you set up all of your attackers, all your nice, beautiful wonderful water attackers that you need. Also, that paired up with Nagan and Dell, you're going to be pulling energy out of the discard pile and just moving them to an attacker. Now, this was a deck that popped up last season. It was a cool little concept. I actually really liked the deck. I thought it was really fun. And it's actually continued into this format. And I still think the deck's pretty viable. It's pretty nice. We got a nice attacker in the most previous set. But yeah, Washout's a really nice ability. Also, it has Hydro Pump for 60, and it does 20 more for each energy attached to Quagsire. That is an attack that is if you guys need to do it, it's there. I don't recommend attacking with Quagsire unless you're just really in a dire situation and you just need to get some damage on the field. But yeah, Quagsire is going to be like the key piece in with this whole deck functioning. Alongside, of course, Nagan and Dell has the ability of charging up once your turn before you attack. You may attach a basic energy card from discard pile to this Pokemon. And then, of course, when you charge up, you use Washout, move the energy to something you want to start attacking with, and then you pretty much go from there. Now, I knew that Naganandel was going to be a popular card, but I just honestly did not expect it to just be splashed in so many different decks, and it's very awesome to see that. I like it whenever I just am blown away by how flexible a card is. Naganandel has proved time and time again that is just a fantastic card. Also, it has the attack turning point. It does 80, and if you have 3 prize cards remaining, it does 80 more damage. This can be a quick 160 that you can put on the board, which is really nice. But yeah, this alongside Quagsire just really helps the deck function and keeps your attackers really rolling. We did lose Aqua Patch, but I still think that this deck is actually not too bad, especially if you're just able to either get 3 Naganandel out, or if you're able to get 2 Naganandel, and just keep your manual attachments up for the turn or whatever. It's pretty nice. Now, in this deck, the cool thing is we have several attackers, and honestly, guys, like I said, you can take this deck and you can really change up what you want to do with it. You can adjust it or whatever. This is more or less just a starting concept list that I've put together for you guys. But the card we're going to look at here is going to be Mewtwo and Mew GX. Now, this is a card that I'm still up in the air about including, but at the same time, I feel like it's not as bad. So obviously, we're going to be using it for the ability Perfection. This Pokemon can use the attack of any Pokemon GX or EX. Obviously, we're not going to be using that on your bench or in your discard pile. So yes, we're going to be copying GX Pokemon's attacks, and really the only ones we can copy in here are going to be, of course, Keldeo. Now you never know, guys, when you might need to whip out a psychic attacker. Obviously, you guys can take this out for something else if you would like to. That's 100% up to you guys. But I thought just having another attacker in here that you can kind of be flexible with would be a cool idea. You can hit for psychic weakness or something like that. So, yeah, you guys can take it out if you want to. I just thought it would be cool to add it in here. I'm still kind of monkeying with it and testing it and see what I think of it personally. Some situations I, don't use it, and in some situations I do. So, Oh, we can also copy Wailord and our Magikarp and Wailord GX. So that's something else we can copy in here. So it has Super Splash for 180 for 5 water energy. Now you might be thinking to yourself, that's incredibly difficult to set up. You'd be surprised. It's not as difficult to set up if you get the right stuff out, but still at the same time, it's a 180 attack in case you might need it. But we also have Towering Splash GX. So it does a base of 10 damage. It's a whole lot of energy, right? And if this Pokemon has at least 7 extra water energy attached to it in addition to this attack's cost, this attack does 100 damage to each of your Pokemon, or each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, excuse me. That'd be a terrible attack, wouldn't it? Yeah, so if you have the extra 7 water energy on it, this is going to do 100 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So with some decks, this would be absolutely brutal, and you might get some knockouts out of this. And then with some other decks, this is just like, well, hey, bring up whatever you want, man. I'm going to knock it out anyway. So yeah, Magikarp and Wailord GX is a pretty solid card. 300 HP bulky Pokemon that can do 180, or it has Tower Splash GX to just really hit the field and soften up some stuff, which is really nice. And then also we have Keldeo GX. This is a pretty solid card all around. I really like this card. Has the ability Pure Heart, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX. Now, obviously, this is there's cards to get around this ability, but if your opponent just isn't able to keep it up, or they don't have an answer or something like that for it, then this can really be a huge, huge ability and can really change up how games are played out. Reshizard has to use its GX attack to get past this, and if you're able to just really counter Silent Labs whenever it comes up, I think that's right, Silent Labs. I think that's what the card's called. But anyway, if you're just able to, make sure that you're able to counter stuff whenever they come out to get rid of Kelio's ability, it's gonna be a really good card. But it also has Sonic Edge for 110. This attacks damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So that means whatever you bring up Keldeo, and it doesn't matter what they have on their active spot, you're going to be doing 110 damage to it. You're going to be getting past all those abilities, which is really nice. And then it has Resolute Blade GX for 50 times, and then this attack does 50 times for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So if your opponent has a full 6 Pokemon on their bench, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Keldeo is a just really flexible attacker. I guess really what you can say, you can use it against anything, and at the same time, it's like a nice little wall. And then it can be a Pokemon that can just dish out a massive amount of damage, which is really nice. I like Keldeo GX. I think it's a pretty nice card. So yeah, those are gonna be really like the Pokemon you're gonna be attacking with the most. I need to get in touch with some friends to figure out what are like some other things that I can throw in here, because obviously this is just a starting list and I'm still really learning the deck. And my friends have a little more experience with it, so I'm gonna get in touch with them and see what else I can do to this bad boy. And then you're more likely will be seeing this in some gameplays in the upcoming future. But we also have Volcanion Prism Star. It has Jet Geyser. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a water energy card from your hand. If you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So you can do this, or you can use this in like a variety of ways, honestly. Let's say you used Magikarp and Wheeler GX. You can just have your opponent bring up something that is potentially hit by 100 damage. You can get something out of the active spot that you might not want there. If your opponent promoted something that they don't really necessarily care about because all their stuff on their bench was really key vital cards that they need in the game, you can use this and just bring it up. And also on top of that, guys, it just gets you a water energy into the discard pile that you can use for charging up, and it can just really be an annoying card because like your opponent sends something up and they're like, oh god, I gotta switch now. So that just becomes really annoying. But also has Sonoblast for 100. I feel like that's an incredibly appropriate name for this card. It's fire water type, so let's give it an attack name that has Sauna in it. But it does 100 and then 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you're going to be doing 100 and then 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So yeah, you're going to be softening up some stuff for future attacks. Pretty cool little card. I like it. But more or less, you guys are going to be using this to pitch water energies and just be annoying. Next up, we have Dedenne GX. Of course, it has the ability where you get to pitch your hand and then draw until you have 6 cards. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that thing. I've literally mispronounced that, I think, every time I've attempted it in a video. So yeah, you can use this right here, this ability right here, to just refresh your hand and get 6. And then we have Ditto. Ditto is going to be a very, very handy card here because, of course, it can become a Quagsire or it can become a Naganandel, which is pretty dope. So yeah, Ditto is a nice little addition to this deck. And for the supporter cards, we have a pretty generic lineup, guys. We have 4 Cynthia, 4 Lily, and then, of course, we have a Brock's Grit to shuffle in 6 in combination of any Pokemon and basic energy cards. This is just a very nice card to have. You can shuffle in some attackers. You can shuffle in your Quagsire and Naganandel line. Of course, if they do get hit by Custom Catcher, which we'll be getting here or getting to here in a second. But yeah, you can shuffle those back in. Or if your opponent just doesn't have any more answers for Keldeo, you can shuffle that back in. If you need some energy for some odd reason, just whatever you might need to throw back into your deck, guys, you can throw it in there with Brock's Grit. Now we also have Acrobike. This is going to be in here. This is a really handy card to not only kind of cycle through your deck a little faster, but at the same time, it kind of has the same concept as Malamar. If you're able to look at the top 2 cards and one of them is an energy, you can get rid of that and then use an ability to attach it back to a Pokemon, Quagsire it to your active, or Quagsire it just whatever in the future, just to have it. Pretty handy card. We also have B-String, so we do run Naganandel, so that means we can immediately grab 2 energy out of our deck and attach them to Naganandel, which is very, very handy just to get you some more energy out on the field. So that means you can just set up Magikarp Wailord, or you can just like get your attacker set up, just whatever. Just pull some energy out of your deck. It's very handy. Yeah, very handy card to have. Blech. Got tongue tied there. To search out our Pokemon, we have 4 Pokemon communication. You put a Pokemon from your hand back into your deck, search for one. And then we also have Mysterious Treasure. You can, of course, pitch a Water Energy with this. Want to note that. And then you can search out for a Psychic or a Dragon type. So, yes, you can grab your Naganandel. There you go. There is that. And then we have a reset stamp. We do run a Tag Team GX in here. We run GX Pokemon in general. So reset stamp could be very handy just to kind of disrupt your opponent's hand a little bit. Reset stamp I feel like is a very annoying card, and it's ticked me off a few times. But hey, it's in the game. You gotta adapt and you gotta adjust to it. Next up, we have Custom Catcher. You can play 2 of them at a time. Of course, if you do play 2 of them at a time, you can bring a Pokemon off the bench. If you only play one, you get to draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. This is really nice. If you do get hit by a reset stamp, you draw into a Custom Catcher. You can hopefully use it, maybe. But at the same time, this is just a really good way to bring stuff off the bench, that you might hit for, Volcanion or Magikarp Wailord or just something in general that you just want to get rid of off the field. Maybe your opponent retreated after some damage or something like that. You can get rid of it. Next up, we have 2 Switch. We have some high retreat cost Pokemon in here, so Switch is going to be a very handy card. And then we also have Viridian Forest. This is really nice because you can search the energy directly out of your hand, or out of your deck, excuse me. You can search it out of your hand, guys. This is a great card. But you can search it out of your deck, and you can pitch some cards you might not need in the matchup anymore, or you can just pitch a Water Energy and get that into the discard pile. But yes, you guys can search out an energy, which is very handy. Also, it is a counter stadium, so you can get rid of cards that would hurt your poor little Keldeo GX. And then, let's see, I think that's really all we have to talk about aside from the 11 water energy in the deck. Now, the concept is very simple, guys. Like I said, this is still kind of a work in progress, but this is still a deck that I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, the concept's very simple. You Naganandel energy to it, use Quagsire's ability to move the energy to your active and kind of get some attackers set up and going. It's pretty nice. Really fun little deck. And I was going to upload yesterday, but Pokemon TCG Online was doing maintenance, so I couldn't do that, unfortunately. And so, yeah, we're doing this today. So you guys are getting the video a day late. Hope that's okay. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to keep adjusting this deck and keep working on it. That way I can bring you guys some gameplays here pretty soon. And I should have a video out here in a few days, so that means you guys get some more decks. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Really hoping I get in there very soon. And that's all I got for you guys. Take care. Love you. This is Pokemon TCG signing out.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.